The road to Agodi government house was hard and tortuous, just like the struggle for other governorship seats in Nigeria, due to the rigorous exercise of electioneering campaigns and the processes. Oyo State governorship seat is among the most contentious, being the political headquarters of the Southwest region. Governor Seyi Makinde's journey started on May 29, 2019, and typical of every new office holder, the governor promised much amid a sea of expectations many politicians, however, doubted.
Engineer Gov.Makinde, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
There were fears that the new governor, having not held a political office before, would not make much impact in governance. Some politicians actually went to town with all sorts of narratives concerning the affairs for the state and how the governor would govern it. There is no gainsaying the fact that this exalted seat, which the likes of Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Chief Samuel Ladoke Akitola, Oba Adesoji Aderemi, Chief Kola Ishola, Alhaji Lama Adeshina, and others sat on, is not just a seat but a hot seat for tough political decisions. No doubt, government ideally should be a continuum, but in recent years, it has not been the case in Ibadan and even other geopolitical zones of Oyo State, as different administrations have been introducing their own peculiar policies and agenda. So, the beauty of Governor Seyi Makinde's administration has been the continuity he brought to governance in Oyo State. While some projects inherited from previous administrations have been given adequate attention by the present government, the reverse had been the case in Oyo State in the last few years, before the emergence of Governor Seyi Makinde, who is passionate about the development of the state, with his widespread knowledge in politics and managerial skills. For instance, the pace-setter asphalt plant and quarry in Ijayi area of Akinyele local government of Oyo State was established in 2004 by the administration of former Governor Rashidi Ladoja, with the aim of producing asphalt for road construction across the state. It had given direct and indirect jobs to over 1,000 people in Ibadan and Oyo State and had generated more revenue into government coffers. But for political and other reasons best known to previous administrations, the facility was abandoned and later became moribund. Now, the present administration under Governor Seyi Makinde has revived the asphalt plant under public-private partnership arrangement. As of today, the asphalt plant has been in full operation for more than 5 years. He also directed the local government chairman to buy asphalt from the company. This singular gesture will no doubt improve the internally generated revenue of the state. Just like yesterday, it's been almost 7 years, and in those 7 years, Governor Seyi Makinde, who was tagged inexperienced, has become the exemplar of good governance and people-oriented leadership and a model for other leaders across the country. In 6 years plus, Governor Seyi Makinde has moved on to achieve great and unprecedented things across different sectors, bringing Ibadan, the state capital, to parity with the most viable city in the country, while reclaiming the pace-setting glory of the state as envisioned by the founding fathers.
Our strategy is working, and you can see it. It's working. They are contributing their own quota to the economy of the state. So, yeah, we're satisfied so far. It's a public-private partnership model, so they are fully in charge. They are planning on expanding the facility so that they can do more. We don't want potholes on our roads, so this will assist us to achieve that objective.
It is interesting to know that despite the August 2011 flood disaster that claimed many lives and rendered many people homeless, past administrations never deemed it necessary to repair the damaged 77-year-old Eleyele Dam. In its commitment to the social security agenda, Gov.Makinde's government reconstructed the dam within a year of his administration. It will also be noted that 5 critical roads in Ibadan, including Bashoran Akobo Road, New Garage Kuala to Akpata, Moniya and Iseyin Road, the proposed Ibadan Circular Road and Shaki Township Road was left uncompleted by the previous administration. Among these projects, the Moniya-Iseyin Road is a significant 65-kilometer highway in Oyo State, connecting Moniya, part of Ibadan, to Iseyin, a key agricultural town in the Oke-Ogun region. Known for food production, the road underwent major reconstruction to improve connectivity and serve the local population linking the state capital. Before now, work was very slow on series of projects, especially Bashoran-Kobo Road. While nothing appreciable has been done on the Ibadan Circular Road project, due to bottlenecks attached to contracts awarded by the immediate past administration, it was always a nightmare for residents of Akobo Ojunri Barracks to Olorunda due to the sorry state and slow pace of work on the road project. Gov.Makinde re-awarded the 65-meter general gas flyover and the dualization of the 7.2-kilometer Idiakwe-Bashoran-Kobo Odogbo Barracks Road. The commissioning of the reconstructed 65-meter general gas flyover and the dualization of the 7.2-kilometer Idiakwe-Bashoran-Kobo Odogbo Barracks Road, Ibadan, was performed on Thursday, September 15, 2022, by the then Executive Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency Dr. Kayode Fayemi. Governor Makinde during the commissioning said the projects have brought a new level of development to Ibadan North, Ibadan Northeast and Lagelu local government areas. The road reconstruction directly contributes to economic development for the people who live in that axis.
The construction of this 72-kilometer Idiakwe-Bashoran-Kobo Odogbo Barracks Road and the bridge has brought a new level of development to at least 3 local governments. You have Ibadan North out there, this is Ibadan Northeast, and right across is Lagelu. So 3 local governments are being linked together. And Akinyele on the other side, that's actually 4.
The 12.5-kilometer dualized new garage through Elebu Kuala Akpata Road, now named Theophilus Akinyele Way, has been completed and now in good shape that will stand the test of time. Enugu State Governor Dr. Peter Mbai, in the company of Oyo State Governor Makinde, inaugurated the completed dual carriageway, a testament that the Makinde administration has not neglected the project of successive governments, but has embraced continuity in governance.
I am truly delighted to be in this great historic city of Ibadan. Ibadan and Enugu are both historic cities alongside Kaduna. As you know, these were the 3 cities on which the then newly independent Nigeria was built on. So they were referred to as the tripod cities. Ibadan was to the west what Enugu was to the east, and Kaduna to the north. Those were the 3 tripod cities that we started off with in our first republic as a nation. So you can see why I am deeply honored and I'm humbled that I am invited to be part of the commissioning ceremony of this momentous road project. The Challenge Odoonu Elewe Elebu Akpata Road, now renamed Theophilus Akinyele Way. I want to take this moment to congratulate my brother, your governor, the people-friendly governor, and his team for the event we're witnessing here.
In an address at the project inauguration, Gov.Makinde said he will keep working to make the lives of the people better. Road projects are key to infrastructure development to boost economic growth, improve connectivity, create jobs, and enhance residents' quality of life.
So this is another miracle performed. When we commission these projects, we often go back to see the impact these projects have on the lives of our people. For most of them, a road project like this is the difference between being able to quickly go from their homes to the market or spending man hours in traffic. This particular road is cutting down travel time by at least 30 minutes for some people. So when we say where roads go, development follows. We are simply stating the fact.
Beyond the inherited and abandoned road projects in Ibadan, the state capital, Governor Makinde moved a step further to address the nightmare of lack of continuity by successive administrations. For instance, the nightmare of the Iwo Road underbridge for motorists and commuters has consistently been severe traffic congestion, high rate of fatal accidents, and the presence of street trading that has made the Iwo Road interchange in Ibadan a notoriously difficult and dangerous area for motorists and pedestrians. The efforts of the present administrations have, however, improved the situation with the reconstruction of the waterway underpass, which has eased the congestion and addressed safety concerns. Speaking on the situation of public infrastructure in Ibadan at the onset of the Makinde government and the state capital, and what it is after 6 years, Professor Dahoud Shongodoyin, a former commissioner for public works, noted that as at May 5, 2025, over 365 kilometers of road project had been commissioned within the state, thus setting a new record of infrastructure improvement.
His Excellency, for me, has scored A+, because we had what we call hardship in terms of movement of goods, people around the zones. And in part of what His Excellency gathered, we record that people around Mania area towards Ijayi had a showdown sometimes in 2018 with the then government because of the bad road around that area. It was flooded, they could not get to their communities around that area. So, but in 2019, His Excellency, the first project awarded was the 65 kilometer Mania to Ijayi, which he completed and we commissioned. He equally opened up other zones. While I was there as Commissioner for Works, he opened up Ishayin, Oyo zone, which is Okeogun zone and Oyo zone. That's 35.48 kilometers. September 15, 2023, we commissioned that road. So, and we opened up Ogumosho and Okeogun zone by the Ishayin, Fapote, Ogumosho, 76.67 kilometers. So that he was able to achieve. Let me tell you in total, by May 5, 2025, we've actually commissioned 368 kilometers before I was posted to the Ministry of Energy.
Among deficit nightmares project inherited by Governor Makinde prior to 2019 was the Onikpepeye Bridge, where lives and properties had been lost to flooding. The Onikpepeye narrow bridge was the problem, but Governor Makinde also ensured the construction of another flyover at Onikpepeye, which has solved traffic problems of motorists, residents and commuters around Loyola College, Oremeji, Olaogun, Gbagi, and adjoining areas and communities. In Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, one of the key challenges facing the city was the constant traffic congestion around major junctions, coupled with deplorable internal road networks. It used to be a nightmare for motorists passing through certain areas, especially during the mornings and evening rush hours. Such areas include Challenge, Felele Junction, Dandaru at Mokola, Agodi Gate Junction, Civic Center Junction, and Idiakwe Junction. The serious traffic logjams in these areas made people waste precious hours on the road. Some people on emergency mission have had to pay a costly price due to the incessant congestion at the problematic junctions. Reprieve came the way of road users across the city since the administration of Governor Gov.Makinde came on board in 2019 to address the pressing issues. Gov.Makinde initiated extensive traffic studies, meticulously identifying problematic junctions and executing efficient solutions. His government then embarked on a groundbreaking project to revolutionize the internal road networks and junction improvement to ensure free flow of traffic. The result, however, been nothing short of remarkable, as the infamous traffic bottlenecks are now being transformed into smooth-flowing intersections. Ibadan's Junction Improvement Project, spearheaded by the current Oyo State government, is focused on easing traffic and enhancing safety with new walkways, traffic signals, drainage, laybys and bus shelters, notably at the University of Ibadan, Agodi Gate and Idiakwe, with recent commissioning and ongoing works aimed at modernizing infrastructure and improving intra-city connectivity. The President General, Central Council of Ibadan Indigenes, CCRI, Chief Ajeniyi Ajewole, in his remarks on the governance pattern of Governor Gov.Makinde, acknowledged that his administration is doing well and should be supported by all and sundry. Chief Ajewole added that beyond enhancing the quality of life for Ibadan residents, the junction improved works and road construction project had a profound economic impact on the city.
Assessing the time of the present government, His Excellency Engineer Gov.Makinde, from 2019, I want to say without any doubt or contradiction, and this is undebatable if we feel facts from the figures on ground, Oyo State has never had it so good. I'm the President General of Central Council. I'm not a politician. I don't belong to any of the major or minor political parties. And I'm speaking the mind of Ibadan people. And I will justify it. Within Ibadan land, go to gate. I was at gate yesterday. My friend that was with me was saying, hey, Lawyer Jiwale, this is not how gate used to, because he came from abroad. This is not, are you sure we're in gate? Things have changed for better. Or you want to talk of even the circular road that when completed will bring a lot of economic advantages to Ibadan land and Oyo State. And it did not stop in Ibadan. Normally people used to divide Oyo State into 6 zones. Governor Gov.Makinde is able to link each of the 6 zones together. I was there when Oyo Senyi Road was commissioned. Every one of us knew what that road was before then. Or when you talk of Mania to Senyi Road, Being a lawyer then, I used to travel to all this part. I know what we used to face. Gov.Makinde is able to change the narrative when it comes to the issue of road construction. Or even the woman saw his saying road. Oh, that one, there was no road there before at all.
The chairman, Oyo State House of Assembly Committee on Works, Honorable Olatunde, in his own remarks, said the improved road networks have attracted businesses, investors, and industries, leading to increased job opportunities and economic growth in the city. He added that the project has sparked a remarkable transformation of the city, with the bold actions alleviating traffic congestion with enhanced road safety and a foundation for economic growth.
As Governor Makinde himself will assess himself, he will say that he is a human being. But like for me, if I want to look at what is happening in this government of Makinde with the previous government, we've had a government that was there for 8 years and were only able to do like 76 kilometers of road in 8 years. So I'll score him like 85%. We all knew at that station, as that stadium was before the coming in of this government, and we know the present state of it. We know how many international matches. We knew how many international matches that has been played there. Even the Falcons, I think maybe the Golden Eaglet or something. It's because of the standard that it is now. We've never had it this smooth in Oyo State. Some people look at they are rubber stamp, they are this, they are that, they are that. See, you can never be forced to do something that you don't, when you cannot see anything wrong in whatever that is coming.
There is also the re-awarded construction of the 110-kilometer Senator Rashidi Ladoja Circular Road, Ibadan. The East End Wing, 32-kilometer, one of 4 sections of the circular road, which comprises the construction of 6 bridges, including 2 interchanges, is ongoing. The Badeku interchange on the Egbeda end of the East End Wing has been completed, while other portions of the project are progressing. When completed, the 110-kilometer Senator Rashidi Ladoja Circular Road project will create alternative routes for both residents and travelers while reducing traffic congestion within Ibadan. The circular road is designed to encircle the entirety of Ibadan land. The project is beneficial to Oyo State's economy as it will open up more areas in Ibadan and subsequently lead to further development. The part of the Ibadan Circular Road, which will link motorists traveling from Lagos directly to Ikire in Osun State without having to pass through Ibadan toll gate, Iwo Road interchange, Gbagi, Alakia and Adegbayi, will be completed soon. Already, 2 flyovers have been completed as part of the project. The first one is located at the point where the circular road connects with the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, while the second is at the point where it connects Ibadan-Ikire Road. Speaking on the urban renewal efforts of Governor Makinde in Ibadan land, an Ibadan socialite and business mogul, who is also a chieftain of the APC, Oloye Akinade Fijabi, said the continuity in terms of governance has distinguished the present administration in Oyo State.
APC ni mi, APC ma. Emele ló ń ṣe APC ju mi lọ kó jáde 1979 mo ti ṣe ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú lọ́dọ̀ Adédùbú 78, 79 ẹ bá wá ní ní kíní kan gbogbo ẹ̀ láti tọ́wọ́ rí ṣùgbọ́n a máa fi ọdún yin ọdún ni ṣèyí ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ o ṣèyí ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ o. Number 1 ó ti tó 50 years títí tí Ìbàdàn ti gbó tó ti gbó gbogbo ẹ̀ ó lè má ju àwọn èèyàn lójú àwa mọ bí ìlú èbó ṣe rí wọ́n máa sọ ọ́dà lẹ́yìn wọ́n máa gbé mi lé lórí wọ́n gbé mi lé ó sì gbé mi lé gbogbo ẹ̀ pátá. Number 2 wọ́n náà wọ circular road ó try látàyè ládọjà bí wọ́n ti ń ti díẹ̀ ó wá ti débi tó tó lápẹẹrẹ ìyẹn ní ó ti lórí ta UI orí challenge bó ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ náà fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ oríṣi ọ̀pá kan Bódìjà gbogbo ọ̀nà tó ṣe ó fẹ́ dáwọ́ lé ọ̀nà ọjọ́ símọ́níyà ní ìsìn ó gbìyànjú o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ètò ọ̀gbìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọmọléèwé wọn kọ́ skul ó try ó gbìyànjú èmi ò fi tẹgbẹ́ ṣe o tí ó bá ṣe dáadáa sọ eléyìíká ọ̀kàrà mọ̀ ó ṣe dáadáa.
As of today, we are now having circular road, which will be commissioned before the end of this year. That's a phase out of it. So people coming from Lagos, they don't need to pass through Iwo Road. They will just connect circular road through Technical University and link Egbeda side. So within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you are out. Something that's supposed to take you nothing less than 1 hour or more than that. You understand? So economically, it has saved a lot of cost. And apart from that, is that it is going to reduce load on Lagos-Ibadan Iwo Road Expressway. So, and you now look at the development that will happen around that corridor. You understand that? So, in which most of the manufacturing companies, they are now an industry, they are now relocating to Ibadan. That's part of the reason why there is increment in our fats. You understand that? So, as of today, I can say that the economic activities in Oyo State is times 4 of what it used to be.
Ordinarily, democracy should drive development and good governance. But that was not the situation in Oyo State before the coming of the Makinde administration. Human development in the state faced significant challenges prior to May 2019. With weak indicators like non-payment of salaries, pensions, gratuities, and poor welfare of workforce. Governor Makinde's first statement on pensioners was a commitment to prioritize their welfare and ensure that they receive their entitlement as at when due, a significant departure from previous administrations that left many pensions arrears unpaid. Upon assuming office in May 2019, Governor Makinde's initial approach and subsequent actions regarding pensioners have been consistent with his promises. Speaking on the welfare of the senior citizens, the State Secretary of the Nigeria Union of Pensioners, Comrade Segun Abaton, went down memory lane.
The most traumatized, the most dehumanized, the most pauperized of all the citizens of the state in Oyo State are the pensioners. Before Makinde came on board, our pensions were not, particularly those for retired primary school teachers and local government pensioners, were not paid as and when due. And when this union was crying too loud, they started giving pensions in percentages, to the extent that a month pension was divided into 3. For example, if this is January pension, 1/3 of it will be paid in February, 1/3 of it will be paid, the remaining 1/3 will be paid in March, to the effect that pensions to retired primary school teachers were only 4 times in the year. As if that was not enough, the gratuities of retired primary school teachers were withheld, were not paid for complete 8 years before Makinde came. And what was their problem with government? Their grounds with the government, with the head of government then, was that they did not, he suspected that they did not vote for him as governor. And so the punishment due to such people was not to give them their gratuities, irrespective of the consequences of that action on their well-being, on their welfare, on their livelihood, and on their dependents. Because as I speak to you, take a pensioner and you find about 6 or 7 people that are dependent on him. So by that government not paying pensioners their gratuities as and when due, it has denied those pensioners and their dependents the benefit of living well.
Comrade Segun Abato, however, added that pension arrears are now being cleared with upward review of monthly take-home.
Makinde came. What confronted Seyi in the first instance was a woman that was in charge of the payment of pensions of retired primary school teachers. And she prepared the percentage as they used to do during the previous administration. And Seyi Makinde said, Madam, how much did you prepare for retired primary school teachers? She said 30%. Seyi Makinde asked her, you that prepared this, are you taking 30% of your salary? She said no. Seyi Makinde gave her back that paper and said you should go and prepare full pension for retired primary school teachers. That was in May 29, May 29, 2019. And since that time, Seyi Makinde had been paying retired primary school teachers, retired local government pensioners, and all pensioners their full pension, no percentage. And he had been doing this every 25th December of every year. It's like celebrating his birthday for us. Not only that, before Seyi Makinde came on board, the union took the previous government to court. And the court pronounced that 250 million naira should be set aside every month to decimate the unpaid gratuities. Seyi Makinde had increased that money from 250 million naira every month to about 3 billion naira now. That is for the civil servants at the ministries, departments, and agencies, and 2 billion naira to decimate the areas of gratuities of retired primary school teachers and local government pensioners. So you can see the difference. You find out now that the gratuities of retired local government pensioners had almost been decimated up to 2017. The gratuities of retired primary school teachers have been decimated up to 2015. That is, those that were owed by past administrations. And then for those that are retired during his tenure, they are paying those that retired in 2019, and I think they are in 2020 now. And His Excellency promised that all unpaid arrears of pensions and gratuities will be decimated on or before 28 May 2027. That is to say that he will not leave any debt for us by May 2027.
Corroborating the NUP secretary, the chairman of the state's local government pensions board, Honorable Akim Ige, and the president general of CCII, Chief Ajeni Ajewole, said Gov.Makinde changed the fortunes of retirees.
This giant building was constructed by His Excellency Gov.Makinde, and it occupies 3 agencies. these are part of the new things that has happened to the local government staff pension board during the regime of Engineer Gov.Makinde. I want to tell you, before May 2019, we have pensioners that are collecting as low as 1,800 naira as monthly pension allowance. But when His Excellency Engineer Gov.Makinde came to power last year, he approved the upward review of this, that the least pensioner take home should be pegged to minimum of 25,000 naira. So presently, the least paid pensioner in Oyo State collect 25,000 naira now. Also, before now, pensioners, they were not recognized much, not given much recognition by the government. But this government introduced that if the civil servant are collecting 13 months salary, the pensioners also should be given token as a Christmas and New Year bonus. So this government introduced 10,000 naira. And to my utmost dismay, His Excellency approved increased it from 25,000 naira to 50,000 naira last year, December. So each pensioner in Oyo State collected 50,000 naira as Christmas and New Year's allowance for chicken. So these are the part of things that has never happened in the history of Oyo State.
Let us start from what I can call issue of human development and the change of fortunes of the civil servants and retirees from 2019. The past administration left a chaotic problem of issue of pensioners. I'm a lawyer. I'm aware that, in fact, Oyo State government then was taken to industrial court. Many of them then complained that they didn't collect their gratuity for years, nor the monthly pensions. But since the time Engineer Gov.Makinde became governor for your state, he made it known that the pensioners are, as he called them, they are his mother and father, because he said even his own parents, if they are alive, they will be having meeting with the pensioners. Comrade Abata can bear me out of this. That is the secretary of the Oyo State Pensioners, Comrade Abata. Pensioners now receive their monthly pension as at when due, without any issue of running here and there, or knowing people. The pension sum was being paid. As a matter of fact, I was told that Engineer Gov.Makinde introduced Christmas bonus to pensioners. What of the payment of gratuity? The Commissioner for Establishment made mention that the executive governor now released about 3 billion naira with a promise that it will clear all the gratuity that are owed by people before it leaves in 2027.
Malcolm X noted that education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today, but the issue of out-of-school children sprang up, especially in Ibadan, the state capital, with over 60,000 before the onset of the Makinde administration. In a bid to address the out-of-school children issue, Gov.Makinde introduced free and compulsory education from primary to secondary level in all public schools across the state. The governor also placed a ban on illegal free collections in all schools owned by the state government. In the basic education sector covering primary and junior secondary schools, infrastructure deficit has been reduced with improved quality of education in the state. The improvement in the quality of education has been achieved through the massive training of teaching and non-teaching staff, recruitment of thousands of teachers, construction and renovation of classrooms, and procurement of school furniture, among others. The State Universal Basic Education Board conducted training programs for over 13,859 teaching and non-teaching staff members, constructed 289 blocks of classrooms, 60 model schools, and renovated another 229 classrooms, while it also procured 22,962 desks and benches, 1,189 teacher furnitures, and sank 138 boreholes, while also procuring 33 motorcycles, 30 desktop computers, and 33 digital tablets, among other interventions. Since assuming office in 2019, the administration of Governor Makinde has recorded a significant turnaround in the condition of public primary and secondary schools in Ibadan, following increased budgetary allocation aimed at addressing long-standing infrastructure deficit in the education sector. The Oyo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Segun Olayiwola, said the present administration has implemented far-reaching policies to reposition the sector, which had fallen into a deplorable state before 2019. He noted that the quality of education had reached its lowest ebb at the time, particularly in Ibadan, the state capital.
One thing that amazed me is that the present administration refused to castigate the past administration. And that is what is expected of any government that is responsive and responsible. So the first tenure, that is 2019 to 2023, was used in clearing the mess and laying a foundation that we can follow.
Also speaking, the executive chairman of the Oyo State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Dr. Nureni Adeniran, said the policies of the Governor Makinde-led administration in basic education, covering primary and junior secondary schools, have significantly reduced the infrastructure deficit and improved the overall quality of education in Ibadan and across the state. Dr. Adeniran confirmed that the improvements were driven by massive training programs for teaching and non-teaching staff, the recruitment of thousands of teachers, extensive construction and renovation of classrooms, and the provision of modern school furniture. He added that Ibadan, with its 11 local government areas, has benefited immensely from these interventions.
Then we also succeeded to reduce the waiting period for promotion of our teachers from level 13 to 14. They've been waiting for 6 years. Only God knows where that thing came from. But what we just met on ground was that when you get to level 13 as a primary school teacher in Oyo State, you have to wait for 6 years before you get promoted to level 14. And the implication is that some of them will not even get to that level 14 because before that 6 years, they are retired. So more often than not, most of them got terminated at level 13. But this government ensured that that obnoxious idea of asking people to wait for 6 years on the same level were removed by this administration.
Beyond these, the Oyo State government, through the Office of the Special Advisor on Project Intervention, Oloye Suraju Tiamiyu, has embarked upon complete renovation and revamping of 20 schools within Ibadan land. Among the schools are Community Primary School, Ikolaba Secondary School, Community Grammar School, Mokola, IMG Grammar School 3, Oba Akinyele Memorial School, Anlugwa, and a host of others.
Then the fan, the chairs, the windows, and the door.
Say thank you. May God honor him for the renovation and for the chairs. May God bless him, enrich him.
Amen, amen, amen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Governor Gov.Makinde.
Speaking on the complete renovation of some selected schools, the SA Education Intervention said all the selected school structures were upgraded with desks, chairs, while teachers' tables and chairs were also distributed to the completed schools. He said the ongoing reconstruction of schools will also include furniture provision, noting that the era of sitting on bare floor while learning has gone in the state.
We are all aware of numbers of teachers that we recruited last year, and in terms of infrastructures, we have renovated and constructed numbers of classrooms for our students, for our pupils in primary schools across all the local government, and also currently we have state projects which include about 36 schools. But one of them, we are in one of them. You can look at my back here. So we are in Kolaba Grammar School. We are renovating all the classrooms here, and it will come with the boreholes. We supply the furniture. We are building a conducive environment, a learning environment for our children. I think in most of the administration in the past, we have our children sitting on the floor, no windows, no doors, there's no roof when it's raining, when it's sunny. But now we have a new roofing, we have new ceiling, windows, doors, flooring, new toilets, new boreholes, new water. It comes with everything. All the amenities that is important to have in a school environment.
Honorable Oluwafemi Oluwafowokanmi is the chairman of your State House of Assembly Committee on Tertiary Education. He shed light on how Governor Makinde surpassed the UNESCO benchmark on education.
Even if a blind man will know that Makinde has transformed your state, a blind man should know. When he was inaugurated in 2019, it was during the issue of school fees when people are being sent away. Secondary school, basic education, not tertiary. Let's take from the basic education. People are sent away from school for 3,000. He came right from the day of inauguration. He stopped the collection of the school fees from students. So that alone, imagine that. And as he came in under 1 year, he secured the sole ownership of Actual University for the state. And that even when the Oyo and Osun, that is co-ownership of the institution, when the two governors were under same party, APC, they couldn't manage the institution, even the crisis. He came then, and as just first time governor, he worked toward that, securing the single ownership of the institution for Oyo State, and he achieved it less than a year. The Oyo State owned the institutions, and before you know, recruitment of the teacher that they've been crying for, over 5,000 teachers into basic education were recruited, and it wasn't biased. No issue of somebody knows somebody. It is, do you score 50%? Then you are considered. Whether you know nobody. So transparency. So it's in the process. When he came and he said no more school fees in basic education, that's the first score. Second one, over 600 regional projects were completed, including almost 26 modern schools, and innovation of almost 130 classrooms blocks were also carried out by administration. The projects were being done one after the other, and it is obvious to the masses. Should we talk about the welfare of the civil servants? When the governor came to power and he promised 25th as the day to pay salary, It's now over 6 years, going to 7 years, and has not failed it for once. Is it a joke? It's not a joke. It's a manager. I tell you, he has displayed that. And like I do say, anybody that do not score Makinde high mark in admission is either is playing politics with it. Because even a blind man knows that Seyi Makinde transform your state.
He who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. And this points to the importance of good health care. Primary health care enables health systems to support an individual health needs, from health promotion to disease prevention, treatment, rehabilitation, palliative care, and more. This strategy also ensures that health care is delivered in a way that is centered on people's needs and respects their preferences. Primary health care is widely regarded as the most inclusive, equitable, and cost-effective way to achieve universal health coverage. It is also key to strengthening the resilience of health systems to prepare for, respond to, and recover from shocks and crises. Prior to May 29, 2019, the primary health care in Ibadan land and Oyo State was in comatose, according to the chairman Primary Healthcare Board, Honorable Abiodun Dada Awoleye.
Before the advent of this administration, Gov.Makinde's administration, the primary healthcare system was in the state of comatose. But thank God, the Oyo State Primary Healthcare Board law was enacted to improve the loss of the primary healthcare system. This law came into being in 2017, but not much was done until Seyi Makinde came on board, and I was appointed as chairman with my executive secretary, Dr. Muideen Olatuji. When we came in, we identified 4 main problems with the primary healthcare system in Oyo State, which is also including those primary healthcare centers in Ibadan. In Oyo State, we have over 700 PACs in Oyo State. In the wisdom of His Excellency, Governor Seyi Makinde, he decided to take one step at a point, one step before another.
Honorable Awoleye added that out of over 700 primary healthcare centers in Oyo State, 351 have been revitalized and re-equipped for healthcare affordability, quality and accessibility. Each of the local government wards in Ibadan land can boast of functional and equipped primary healthcare centers.
We have over 700 PACs, close to 740 PACs or more in Oyo State. But he's of the opinion that we should take it one at a time. He said we should have one functional PAC per ward, per electoral ward. And in Oyo State we have 351 wards. So that means his focus was to first of all revitalize, equip, and ensure that 351 pieces are fully functional to truly serve as a primary care center, a primary care system, in which we pride ourselves to be a place where healthcare is accessible, affordable, and where you can get quality healthcare. So these 3 points, accessibility, affordability, and quality, was our guide. So we had to set into motion. So that made us to identify 4 main issues with the primary healthcare system in Oyo State. One was the issue of infrastructure. We discovered that the infrastructures in the primary healthcare system were totally dilapidated, save for very few of them that could still be called an institution where healthcare is being provided. So all over the state, all the infrastructures have been dilapidated in terms of the structure. Aside that, the fact that His Excellency wanted us to take these facilities into what we call Type 3 PAC, Type 3, in which case you provide a minimum service package. So that was the first factor that we were able to identify. The second factor has to do with issue of personnel, that is staff. We discovered that we needed quite a number of staff, various cadres, ranging from nurses, doctors, community health extension workers, community health officers, junior health extension workers, health assistants, quite a number of different cadres of health workers at the primary health care level. So we had to now approach him that, look, we need this personnel. If after we might have put the infrastructures in place, this infrastructure had to be staffed adequately to achieve our aim of this accessibility, affordability, and especially the quality. So, and he graciously approved that we should start the process. Another area that we needed intervention was in the area of equipment. Even when you have the infrastructures on ground and you have the staff, the personnel, you need tools, you need equipment with which to work with. So he also granted this. And the fourth one, which is also very important, which is why many people have not been attending primary health care center, has to do with the issue of drugs. So we have now to start what we call drug revolving system, in which case we ensure that drug is always available at these primary health care centers.
Speaking on the same vein, a former publicity secretary of the PDP in Oyo State, who is now the executive chairman Oluyole local government, Engineer Akeem Olatunji, stated that the revitalization of primary health care, which is a first point of healthcare assessment, has helped the citizenry.
Governance in Oyo State, as at then, compared to what we are having now, we've achieved a great leap from what it used to be. Because if anybody travel outside the states, at least whenever he comes back, he will discover a new Oyo State and that is what we are experiencing on a daily basis, because new things are springing up in Oyo State compared to what it used to be. And apart from that, Oyo State then was about number 15th in terms of economy. As of today, we are the 6th biggest economy in Nigeria. So, and I can say that by the time all the projects Gov.Makinde is completed, I can say that Oyo State will rival states like Lagos, Rivers, and the rest. In fact, the advent of Gov.Makinde has really revived nightlife in Oyo State. Go to Akala, go to in fact, every part of Ibadan and Oyo State in general. And apart from that, there is now linkage, you understand, to every region or every zone in Oyo State compared to before. Before now, if you are going to Ogbomoso, the only route is that Ogbomoso-Oyo road, Oyo-Ogbomoso road. That's the only, even for someone that is in is saying that wanted to go to Oyo, he will have to come down to Ibadan before he connects Oyo. But that is now a thing of the past, as you can access Ogbomoso either through Ibadan, Oyo, Ogbomoso road, or you pass through Ibadan is saying Ogbomoso road, in which there is no single potholes on that road. The road was constructed by Gov.Makinde. He's saying Oyo road. That road has been was abandoned for years before it was revived by Gov.Makinde. It was reconstructed. It was a no-go area before. You understand that? So it's a new road now constructed by, and the last time they constructed a bridge there was in 1936. We are now having a modern Oyo state, whereby we can say that at least as of today, concerning fat, Oyo state generates fat. It has the highest fat in the whole country as of today.
In the bid to achieve clear economic and development objectives in Ibadan land, Gov.Makinde took the bull by the horn with the upgrading of the Ibadan airport to international standards. First in line of action was the upgrading of the protocol lounge at the airport. With the completion of the aviation fuel facility, an aircraft was fueled for the first time in the history of Ibadan airport during Gov.Makinde's administration. The governor also reconstructed and commissioned the 3.2 kilometers dual carriage Ibadan Airport Road, named after a former governor of the state, Dr. Victor Omololu Olunloyo. The two projects, embarked upon by the state government, were lauded by former Governor Wike of Rivers State as part of Gov.Makinde's infrastructure revolution. The good work has also been extended to the Airport Road Junction improvement work at Alakia. The Samuel Ladoke Akintola Airport in Ibadan is thus undergoing a major upgrade by the Oyo State government to become an international airport, with key phases including a runway extension from 2,400 meter to 3,000 meter and a new international terminal aiming to boost regional trade, tourism and Hajj operations. The upgraded Samuel Ladoke Akintola Airport in Ibadan hosted its first flight of President Tinubu on Friday, September 26, 2025, marking a key milestone of the coronation of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, with local flight resuming forthwith. The rehabilitation of the Iwo Road roundabout and the expansion of the scope of the reconstruction of the 5.5-kilometer Adegbayi Junction bus terminal, Iwo Road interchange, has been strategic intervention to tackle two persistent challenges around the Iwo Road axis: seasonal flooding and traffic congestion. These integrated upgrades, including wider lanes, improved drainage, and better traffic flow systems, form part of a broader commitment to climate-resilient and commuter-friendly infrastructure. These efforts build upon the recently commissioned Ibadan Bus Terminals 1 and 2 at the Iwo Road Bus Interchange. It's formed part of a strategic 4-terminal transport upgrade, including the terminals at Challenge and Ojo by the Oyo State government. These terminals are central to modernizing urban mobility and improving the travel experience of commuters.
It's a very good thing normally. It is an improvement. At least you look at the way it was before. The buses used to park on the road, which caused a lot of problems. But for now, everything is being organized and standardized. As far as I'm concerned, it's a very good thing. The problem in Nigeria is maintenance. If the government can maintain it for several years, to be a very good thing and to be a source of revenue to the government. But they need to structure it in a way that is more considerate. Because I realize that a lot of people are just everywhere. There's supposed to be security. There's supposed to be security conscious. That's the thing there. That's the cocoa there. But I believe government can improve on it by making the presence of security to be more than this.
It's conducive for travelers, it makes it easier for you to just come around there, to just not board the vehicle and just enter and go to wherever place you're going to easily. It's so easy.
Go to Alakia. That's the road. That is where I live. I live around the urban estate. That's the road. I always find another place, another route whenever I want to go, because there will be, every place will be jam-packed. Go to that roundabout road now. Everywhere has changed. His Excellency have fixed the place to the extent that you cannot see any, you can't experience traffic logjam in that place again. And it's being caused by those people, those the transporters that they park on the road. They'll be loading, parking, and doing their business on the road. Go there now. The place is free now because His Excellency has constructed the massive terminal at Renewal Road, and that was a massive one. That it has really helped the transporters and commuters, so that there won't be, there is not, no, you can't, there won't be traffic as we do witness before in that place now. Also, old road, go to that old road, we call that Old Baggy Ife Road. The place has been dualized only to Alakia side. Then when you get to Alakia, you know our airport in Ibadan, it was a local airport. But now, go there now, it has been transformed into the standard of international airport now. So these are the things that were not in Ibadan before. Then at Alakia Junction, you see one very magnificent park that is there, Omolololoyo Park. Have you been there before? If I've never been there, I want to employ you to go there. In fact, you know, if you intend to spend just 30 minutes there, you will not know by the time, you spend 5 hours there, because the place is, you won't know that you are even in Ibadan. It seems that you are in another, maybe you are already outside Ibadan, maybe you are in small London, or you are in Abuja. So His Excellency has performed excellently well.
The Iwo Road bus terminals have 2 mega bus stations constructed with waiting halls, ticket spaces, eateries, public convenience, open vehicular parking space, electric power generating house, water reservoir, elevators and escalators, among other facilities. In his speech at the commissioning of the 2 bus terminals at Iwo Road, former President Olusegun Obasanjo praised Governor Makinde for doing well for the people of Ibadan and Oyo State by building people-centered projects, including the bus terminals. He said the bus terminal would ease transportation problems within Ibadan, the 3rd largest city in Nigeria by population and the largest in terms of land area. The former president noted that the construction of the terminals in Ojo, Challenge, and the 2 in Iwo Road would make movement easier for residents. Ex-President Obasanjo said Governor Makinde's developmental projects in Ibadan were beneficial to the rest of the Southwest.
So to move from A to B in Ibadan is longer to move from A to B in the other 2 cities that are bigger than Ibadan population, Lagos and Kano. And if you are going to make it convenient for people to live in Ibadan, to start business in Ibadan, there must be availability of transportation. And that is what these bus terminals are meant for. Who are the 2 here and the 2 that you have done before?
All works and no play makes Jack a dull boy. To this end, Governor Makinde started and inaugurated the Omololu Leisure Park, located on Airport Road, Alakia, Ibadan. The park's facilities and artifacts offer residents and visitors insight into the unique trade and geopolitical zones of Oyo State. The leisure park, developed on a previously abandoned site, was established to honor and recognize former Governor Olunloyo for his contributions to the state and Nigeria. The park is aimed at elevating Ibadan's aesthetics while showing the governor's commitment to urban development.
Now we have in Renewal Road a system that they have a manifest and you can account for all the buses that are leaving our terminals here to wherever they are going. But we're not stopping at that. Yes, Okada is everywhere. You can ban them. That's the easiest thing to do. But if they are filling a gap, what we have to do is to regulate them, ensure that we minimize accidents and also we let them earn a living.
The era of brigandage, civil disturbance, violence and insecurity has gone. There are efforts to make the state uncomfortable for criminally minded elements through periodic presentation of vehicles, gadgets and logistics to security agencies. At different occasions, hundreds of security vehicles have been distributed across the length and breadth of the state for the use of security personnel. Governor Makinde's achievement in security in the past year, including providing support infrastructure for security operatives in the state, the government provided operational vehicles, walkie-talkies, steel helmets, bulletproof jackets, combat boots, among others.
Which area will I mention that doesn't need one attention or the other before the emergence of this government? Almost all areas. Security was not working when this government came in. The joint security operative, that is Operation Burst, I think they have just 7 vehicles in operation when this government came in. And those, when I say 7 vehicles, they are not even up to the standard vehicles. Today, the mechanic, tomorrow at the mechanic. I think what this government first did when we came on board was to provide 100 care saloon cars for the security operative. I think in another year, another 100 before the emergence of Amotekun. When Amotekun was conceived by all the Southwest governors, the agreement they had was to recruit 500 personnel. All other Southwest states recruited 500. Oyo State government recruited 1,500. Then another 500. Then another 500. And to the glory of God today, it might not be 100% result that we are getting, but it has an impact in the security system of Oyo State.
Before the coming of Governor Makinde, we used to hear about 1 million boys and many other ones. You also said that. So before Governor Makinde came in, some areas were no-go area. It's either they were fomenting trouble, killing people, attacking people. But immediately he came in, he rejigged the security architecture of Oyo State. As of today, our communities and many other people. In fact, look at Amatekun, is the brain behind it, together with Akeredolu. And as of today, Oyo State has the largest number of Amatekun personnel in the whole of Southwest. As the federal government is doing its own, the state architecture has been redesigned in such a way that there is collaboration between the state and the local government in Oyo State. So, and that is why we are enjoying this relative peace.
Governor Makinde's achievement in security in the past 6 years includes a focus on support infrastructure for security operatives in the state. During the Makinde government, the Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, was operationalized. The 1,500-member corps, drafted to all 33 local government areas of the state, received over 500 operational vehicles. Also, the Oyo State government upgraded the security control room and city watch facilities at the Oyo State Security Trust Fund headquarters, Onireke, Jericho, Ibadan. More recently, Oyo State took steps to secure entry and exit points by installing the Oyo State Security Joint Force Base at Mamu Village in Oyo and Ogun State border. In September 2019, the Oyo State government embarked on the Light Up Oyo project. The logic behind this project was in twofold. First, to grow the Oyo State security and also to enhance safety and security consciousness at night. According to the State Commissioner for Energy, Professor Dahoud Shongodoyin, the Light Up Oyo project covers 240 kilometers.
The first thing which Essential has done before I came to this ministry was the Light Up Oyo State phases 1 and 2, a 250 kilometer length of light up of Oyo State, which was a tri-bid approach. Tri-bid in the sense that we use gas, we use diesel, we use conventional, and the conventional, that's the national grid approach to light up. Yeah, that's, yes, we had some issues there, but the issues, some of them have been, we are addressing them because of the cost of the diesel that is involved. Some of them, we've actually taken them up as phase 1. Some we are trying to take this infrastructure and put solar on them. If you go to Agbarigo area to Aleshinoye area now, you find out beautiful in the night now is solar powered, about 1,500 luminox and 120 watts of the bulb on that route. The phase 1 was 250. Now, before I came, the ministry awarded around 85 kilometers of another inner road street lights for residents in Ibadan and partly Ogbomoso and Oyo, which, as I tell you now, is almost completed. It's about 73 kilometers almost completed. Solar. If you go to Alalubosa, GRA now, is solar powered and is part of this exercise of the 85 kilometers. If you go to Aerodrome, they usually written to thank His Excellency Aerodrome GRA is also powered on this. Now, all our inner roads, newly constructed, they are powered under this scheme now.
We thank God that God freely gave us Gov.Makinde, and we pray that He will henceforth in 2027. Our major prayer is that the person we succeed in, from whatever party, will be able to continue from where Makinde stopped. Ibadan is very proud of him, and I say Oyo State people are also very proud of achievement of Governor Makinde. We pray that God will also elevate him, because he has been able to elevate Ibadan land. He has shown that Ibadan people have people who are capable, and we have many of them in big numbers who are capable to run Oyo State to greater heights.
Under Governor Makinde's watch, there has been massive concentration on rebuilding infrastructure, connecting zones, towns, and inner roads in city centers. Thus, has culminated in the longest road ever built by a single administration in the state. Oyo State has been opened up to investment and investors, with the attendant impact on revenue, job creation, and massive economic leap. Through different pragmatic and well-thought-out policies, Oyo State stood out in the Committee of State and has even become a star among subnationals in Nigeria. The governor's massive investment have seen the state record a tremendous turnaround.